Hey guys, today we are going to be drawing in 1-point perspective. 1-point perspective is where we have one point that all the other lines in our drawing are moving towards. So best seen with this road here. I have these lines here that start really big because they're closest to us. And then as we move towards the vanishing point, that one point, everything gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And what it does is it gives us a sense of space and perspective, because now we can see it looks like, as it's like a real road where things get smaller the farther away they are. It gives us depth. You might see this on a road trip if you're out driving on the road, or you might see it even if you go to your outside into your neighborhood. Stand on one side of your block, and then if you look down the street, you'll notice that the road gets smaller as it goes towards the middle, and you'll notice that your houses also kind of move towards the middle. This is a really popular way to draw, and once we practice this, I'm going to show you some other cool things you can do with it. So let's get started. For right now, you're going to want a ruler, a pencil, some kind of black marker or crayon, and then whatever you're going to use to color your drawing in. First thing, with your ruler, you're going to go just above the middle of the paper. So if this is my middle, I'm going to go just above that, and I'm going to draw my horizon line. The horizon line is where the sky meets the land. Then I'm going to find the middle of that line, and I'm just going to draw a single point. That is my vanishing point. That's the one point that everything moves towards. Then I'm going to take my ruler. I'm going to line my ruler up here with this point, and down in the bottom corner, I'm going to line it up with the corner of my paper and that one point. This is the important part. We need to make sure that we hold our ruler down firmly, and that when we make our line, we make sure our ruler doesn't move. We want that line to be going towards the middle. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So line up the side of your ruler with the point and with the edge of your paper, the corner of your paper, excuse me. And you're gonna draw it going towards that point. Now we have two lines that are going towards the vanishing point. Now to make the middle of our road, I'm gonna go down the middle. I'm gonna find this middle point, and then I'm gonna hop over just a smidge, make a line, make a point. And then I'm gonna find the middle again, and I'm gonna hop over again and make another point. So now I have 2 points right here. And using my ruler, just like before, on the same side of my ruler, I'm gonna line up this point and this bottom point here. So there's my point here and my point here. And then when they're all lined up, then I'm gonna carefully make a nice line. Same thing on the other side. Okay, this is like the most important part, so take your time. Okay, we're good. We have 4 lines going towards the middle. We're not gonna draw the hash marks yet. This is gonna become those little hash lines in the middle of the road, but for right now, we're gonna leave it alone. We'll do that when we color. Next, we're gonna draw some trees. You can draw your trees however you want, but the way you want to do it is we're going to make some big trees that go above the horizon line. So they're going to be right here. And then they're going to slowly get smaller and smaller as we move towards the middle. So I'm going to just draw mine real fast. I'm going to go in fast mode, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, now you can see my trees aren't perfect. That's all right, I'm not worried about it. After I've drawn my trees, I'm just gonna draw my mountains. I'm gonna start here, and I'm gonna start on this one side, and I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna make myself some mountains. They can be whatever shape you want. Once you've got that, we're pretty much done with our design. I'm gonna go back in with an eraser, and I'm just gonna erase the horizon line where I went over it with those trees, because the trees are covering the horizon line in those areas. Okay, and now we're gonna start coloring. This is a really easy drawing in the design. I'm gonna take my black marker, and the first thing I wanna do with my black marker is I'm gonna trace over these lines. If they're not perfect straight, try to straighten them out right here. Apparently my tree's going into the road. Oh well, that's okay. And then I'm gonna trace these lines here. Okay. Once I've got this traced, I'm gonna make this easy on myself. And I'm gonna start drawing horizontal lines over this middle section to create those little hash lines in the road. But I wanna make sure that they look bigger on this part of my paper down at the bottom where it's closer to me and smaller farther away. So I'm gonna start here, and I'm gonna make my line a little bit thicker. And then I'm gonna move away a little bit. I'm gonna make it just a little bit thinner. And now I'm gonna keep on going and making it smaller. And you'll notice this hashtag here or hash line is bigger than this one. And I'm gonna keep making them smaller and smaller. All right, like this. And you'll see, and you can make them a little thicker or thinner, however you want. You can adjust them. But what we're doing is we're making it look like these lines get smaller the more they move in. Once we've done that, we're just gonna keep on coloring, and I'm gonna go fast again, but you color however you want. The only other thing I'm gonna say is you want them to look like the lines are coming from that middle point. So when you do your road, make sure, no matter if you're using crayon or marker or whatever you're using, you want your lines to come from that middle point. So make sure your lines are radiating from that middle point, just like me. All right, there you go. So I finished coloring, and this is one way to do a 1-point perspective. But once you've mastered this idea of lining up your points and having them move towards the center line, this vanishing point, there are so many things you can do with it. I'm gonna include another video by another art teacher who I really love, who's gonna show you another way to do 1-point perspective, this time with buildings. And then I'm also gonna include real quick right now, I'll show you in this corner here, a picture that I drew of Monrovia using 1-point perspective. So enjoy, I cannot wait to see. Have a great day. Bye-bye, you guys.